right, Sarah. Can you share a bit about your background, like where you're from, a bit about your experience growing up as a person who is blind in a rural area? And please also share a bit about your current personal and professional experiences and successes.
I was born in 1972, the youngest of three girls, in a little town called Smithville in DeKalb County, Tennessee. We're a rural county, no doubt about it. I, at the time of my birth, I was diagnosed with a condition called bilateral anophthalmia, which is just no globes in the eye sockets, and of course, no eye development. My optic nerve was underdeveloped as a consequence of that. And I also had a bilateral cleft lip and palate. From the time I was in kindergarten until I graduated high school, I went through the public school system here in DeKalb County. I was the first totally blind student ever to matriculate from kindergarten through 12th grade and graduate in the public school mainstream setting. Now, I am an attorney. I graduated from Tennessee Tech, and then I went to Vanderbilt Law and graduated from there in 1997. And I've been practicing law ever since.
How would you define the dignity of risk? And was this something that you were able to experience as a young person?
The dignity of risk is the idea that everybody, not just people with all five senses, but everybody deserves the right to succeed, and even more importantly, honestly, the right to fail. Life is meant to be lived, it is meant to be experienced to the fullest. It is my personal belief that it's not intended that any of us should be bystanders in life because it has such varied and endless possibilities for experiences and learning. As a young person, and even today, I am interested in and I practice the dignity of risk. As a child, there was nothing I was forbidden from doing, including swimming. We had go-karts, we had a four-wheeler. I was the first totally blind person in the United States to participate in a high school rodeo. So I was on our rodeo team here in DeKalb. I used to be a pretty decent slalom water skier because I would do it every day. So as an adult, I try to keep this up. Without the dignity of risk, people can become reducible to being a bystander while others are having experiences. So that the person who is reluctant or reticent to engage in these types of experiences is experiencing things vicariously in that someone is telling these experiences to the person who is not so fortunate as to be able to have them. I have had many injuries, and that's okay. Just such an enriching participatory experience to be able to experience risk. It's a situation where if children are visually impaired or blind, they just need to be encouraged. Go out there, try something. If you don't succeed, try it again. And if you get hurt, so do other folks get hurt who have no impairment.
How did your parents' support of you taking risks and trying new things help to shape who you are today?
I I think their encouragement of me and their support of, get out there and do it has made me fear very little. Experiences in life I do not fear. And having challenges, I, I love a challenge of any stripe unless it's mathematically related. But other than those, I can dig in, and I feel like it makes a person resourceful when their parents say, "We're here, you know, we want you to go and experience life." And I have had some amazing experiences. There's nothing more helpful than knowing that you have people in your corner and that support your choice, and in fact, help create the choice that you ultimately make. That I'm going to make the choice to take some risks. They're known risks, and I will assume those so that I can have more independence. I trusted me and my white cane, and we did a lot together. So back at that time, and to my mind, while I love to read and do all the time, reading about something and performing that act, undertaking that act, taking that challenge are not, they're not the same at all. Because at the end of something like that, you discover more about yourself than you do about anybody else.